So Anastasiia, please tell us more.
Thank you. Hello everyone, brave people who are ready to speak about the data at 8 p.m. Let's start, and I try to make this topic really interesting, not so boring as data can be. A little bit about myself. My name is Anastasiia, or you just can name me Anna. I work as a designer 6 years. I have really different experience. I started as an UX UI designer and e-study, then I went to e-commerce. Now I work in a telco company, and also I create a internal tool for freelance. Originally I'm from Ukraine, and maybe fun fact about me, or not so fun, I graduated as a doctor. So I lose 6-8 years to become a doctor, but now I am here to treat your user flows with data. Why am I here? As far as I work as a designer, UX designer, I never saw the same flow for us as a way of working. So if we compare all of us with same experience, we will see totally different way how do we work. And it depends on what did we graduate. Our first experience as an employer or as a freelancer, maybe how your team works. So, and normally we can compare, especially today for our topic, with two camps, camp which use data or who doesn't do it. Most of my career time, I didn't do it, but 2 years ago I changed my perspective, and today I try to explain you why you can do it easy and super fast. But before we start, just a short question. Do you know where did I take these pictures? Which film is it? Nice. Just a short introduction, maybe someone didn't see it. The idea that this man now, once he had an adventure in his life, and he understood how this world works. And after all this big story, this bold man asked him, would you like to take the blue pill and forget everything that you know before, or red pill and to live with this new experience? And today I would like you, as UX designers, also choose pill. The blue one, guess and design, that we all do normally when we have a lot of different tasks, and we just need to be faster and more productive. Or red pill, change your metrics and check the data first. All my presentation will be built on one real experience, and to understand this experience, I would like you to know where do I work. So I am a UX designer for a telco company. The name is Base. Who knows Base? Great. Who use Base? Thank you. Thank you, you gave me work. Or I need to think about to change something. The Base is, our main competitors are Telenet, Proximus, Mobile Vikings, Woo, etc. And what do? We sell data and calls. Also, we sell internet and TV, but today we'll speak more about the mobile subscriptions. And the story was 1 year ago, my manager came to me and told that we have a problem. We saw, if we compare Q2 and Q4 2024, where our mobile subscription dropped by 7%. And as a business, they would like to increase them up to 4 or 5. So pretty realistic, yes, not super high. And the idea was, let's make an A/B test. So we just can create more business proposal, show our user with a promo, and sell. And here we start our blue path, create design and test it. So, one more time, blue path is just when we take our design, create A and B version, and see the result in 2 weeks. What did we do? So here you can see our most convertive page. We name it configurator. What does it do? So you can collect different products, mobile, internet, TV, and combine them and see different approaches with promo. What did we have? So we have just regular mobile subscriptions like 1, 2, 3, 4, and the proposal of our project manager was just add promo. And highlight that if you buy with us, you will save up to 20%. So Easy, we did it. Version A, version B, current design, the new design. Our primary KPI was CTR on order now, and just a few secondary like scroll depth, time on page, basket rate, and conversion to checkout. Results. Results were not really so nice. They were bad. And our main KPI, so you can see it's less than 1% of changes. So we made a lot of work without any results. Checkout start rate also not really nice. Purchase conversion, as we can see as a final, when we get money, not significant big. The only thing that we get is a time on page. So probably user just try to figure out what does mean minus 20%. What we figure out? That we didn't do our work correct. We tried to change design, but we didn't try to change UX problem. It's also an answer that the problem was not in a business proposal. But what if we stop guessing? And here we start our red pill path. This one is more about data-based, but also we change the way how we, the work path, how we create the design at the end. And here we start to work, really work as a designers, and we start to set up design questions. Sometimes design questions, it's not only about what do you ask users, it's also what do you ask yourself as a business and as a team. And we start to ask, like, where is problem? Then, when we set up a list of questions, we need to find answers somewhere. And there we start to collect data. Based on the data, we define the problem or problems, and only then we create design. So if we compare it with path, the blue path, we just do this one. So looks like a little bit longer, but let's see. Set up questions. So here you can see a long list of questions, but technically I can minimize them to two main. First one, like, where do we lose our clients? So we have a customer user flow from start to end, and somewhere we lose them. And the next question is why? Why on this page or one another we lose the biggest amount of our purchases? And KPI that if we collect all these questions, we can define KPI. CTR as usual, checkout conversion rate, and interaction quality. When we set up a question, we need to understand where to look answers. For this exercise, we use the Content Square and Adobe Analytics. Also, I highlight analogies that you can, maybe your companies use not these brands, but this one, it also works. The main idea is define where our key pain points. And let's start with a Content Square. So before I go deeply to this slide, I just highlight that first of all, we define our key user flow. So we as a business know the most common way where users start their purchase and where they end. For us, it's a home page, mobile postpaid, configurator, and checkout. To make it more clear, I add video. I hope it will load. So home page, when we click to mobile, our mobile plans. Then we have our subscriptions, select our configurator page, where you can see mobile purchases. The product is on the top of the screen, and here also you can add internet and TV if you want. Then check basket and order now. So when we start to check this flow, we saw that our main drop and pain point is our configurator. So most of the clients, this 6.24% is not only for mobile purchases, it's mobile, internet, and TV. So all clients from base. We lose them on configure page. But when we isolate only mobile purchases, we saw that up to 70% of visitors leave us on a configurator page. It's a super huge amount of people, like mostly all, like a lot. Then we went deeper and using heating map. This is super nice and super easy plugin that you can install on your browser, And if you are allowed and your company have agreement with Content Square, you can just in one click see the most key KPI that you need to know about the website. For this time, we select the interactions. So easy speaking, it's where does our user click when they land on the configurator. And let's start from the lowest numbers to the highest one. So the lowest numbers is our hero. It's clear there is no call to action, so they don't click there. Then we see that it's a login part. Super huge login part for a mobile version. And almost each 10th user click here. So we lose them here because they start to log in. Maybe they return, maybe not, but 10% go away. Then we figure out that people start to click on mobile subscriptions. But here is a question, why if they did it before? This is how we figure out that no, they didn't add it before. So it was a bug that they add product on the previous page, they land on this one, and they need to click one more time here. And one more step between our acquisition flow here. And this, our sticky banner, our check basket where you click and then you can order, so only each third person click here. So what we would like, that mostly all of them click on check basket and order, but no. So, overview, where we lose our clients. Login part. This one is one extra step to click and add subscription one more time. And we don't know why for now. Only the 33% of people click on the check basket. So, based on the Content Square, what we figure out? That our key drop-off page is configurator. Also, we have too many extra steps, so our flow is not really smoothly. User needs to focus their attention on a lot of different things. And user need to add mobile subscription twice, and it's awful because they did it before. Why do they need to do it one more time? Next step is Adobe Analytics. So now we know some of our pain points, and we decide to figure out, okay, but what about the next steps after? Our super big login part. Long story why it's so big, it doesn't matter. But we can see here, not really good, but almost 50% of people click here. So don't compare it this previous number because it's two different tools. Just you need to know that 100% of people came here and each second click on login. It's a lot. But really login, only 4%. So really who write down email, password, and came to customer zone, only 4%. So there is no reason to do it here because yes, they click, and we can see it on Content Square that clicks are here, but there is no reason to do it because the final action wasn't done. The next step was our sticky banner. So it appears when the user adds product to the page, to the basket. So this decision is only for mobile. Why? Because for desktop, we just have two columns with products and with basket. And here you need to click on check basket and see your products, and only here order now. So one more extra steps. And here we also see it in numbers that only 57% of people start, so they click on check basket, and only 36.8 click on order. So just small step, grab our more than 10% of clients. And then we decide to compare it with our desktop. As I told, for mobile we have this check basket with a sticky banner, and it go down and order now, and then desktop view, order now. And you can see here, so 0.9% who really buy, and then 2.2. So if we compare directly click on order now on desktop and one extra step between, we see the difference as well. Thanks to Adobe, we understand as well that we have too many steps, and the biggest issue for us as a business here is this order now. Because yes, we lose clients on login part, But it's most interesting that they collect all goods, they went to basket, but they didn't click on order. So they didn't continue their acquisition flow. And based on this, we made some design actions. So our issues that we highlight thanks to Adobe and Content Square. Order now CTA not visible on the first screen, especially for mobile. What we'd like to do, make orders sticky and always visible. The login component is too large and doesn't bring any real value, so we decided to delete it and then see if it has an impact totally on login and if it has an impact on acquisition flow. And product not pre-select, it was a development issue that we fixed, so now when you click on your mobile subscription, you will add the subscription directly in configurator without any double clicks. So our old design, it was like this. So sticky banner with check basket, login, and our mobile subscriptions. So we made it smaller. Now you have an order now button directly on the top, so no double clicks. If you would like to see your basket full, you just need to click on arrow or on this field with a price. We totally delete login part, so you directly can see your mobile subscriptions and buy, and fix the problem that it was not pre-selected. End results, I think it was clear why I speak about this. So yes, we have really nice results. It worked. Also, we compare it with maybe we had different promos for A version and for B version, but technically no. When we fixed the problem, when we start to ask questions, we saw real numbers. So the question is still here, red pill, where you can check data. Technically, how much time did we need to collect all this data? Near 2 hours. And we didn't create any specific Adobe flows because we have a template that we can reuse. For Content Square, it's super easy now, especially because they have an AI. So you don't need to understand what to do, you just need to ask an AI tool inside, like tell me where is problem, and it really will tell you. No, not a lot of efforts from our side, we just thought about this one. Key takeaways. This is what I wrote 1 week ago, but now during the presentation I realized what I would like you to remember. The reason why we didn't start work with data, why I didn't start work with data earlier, I just afraid that it's not for me and numbers and it's too much and you need to have some specific skills to understand what to do, but no. With ChatGPT, with AI, the entry point for this skill honestly near 1 month, then you can improve all your skills, and specifically if you work in a company and you have guys who work with these tools, you need 1 or 2 meetings to understand how to do it, and you can improve your designs and your portfolio as well with the real data and all businesses like was and what we have now. Questions?
Thank you a lot, Anastasiia, for this very insightful talk. I didn't know there would be pills involved tonight, but yeah, they were the right variety, definitely. So maybe a first question I have is, so now I saw you worked a lot about on the e-commerce specific part. So for other areas in UX, like for example with power tools where you track efficiency and whatnot, how can you there find the right KPIs to track for you? So how would you do that in other areas?
Thank you. So from my point of view, all of us know KPIs, what we try to improve during our work. So most of us work with 1, 2, 3 KPIs all the time. If it's e-commerce or it's a banking app or it's website or apps, honestly we work on, or we would like to more purchases and acquisitions, or would like to have more followers, or we would like to have more interactions with our tool. It doesn't matter. this is the first point. I think here it's more important where to look for these KPIs. Because if you don't know, you just can ask your manager what you would like to achieve. And normally when you have your UX task, you have measurements because they have numbers. For UI, it's more like individual part, like, don't like, but for UXers, normally they tell you, we have this number, but we would like to see this number. This is what I meant. So KPI, it's easy. The next question, where to find answer on these KPIs. And here, if to be honest, it's better to ask, if you don't know where to look for, it's better to ask people who work with tools. Normally they know. Most of the questions where I look for, it's Adobe. It's super, okay, it's not super easy, but most of things about user behavior are there. And Content Square is a super quickly thing that you can check directly without any reference and any business goals. Just check. Also Click, also very good if you would like to see some rates and real iteration with your product. But if the answer on your question is ask your business what they would like.
Okay, great. What other questions do we have for Anastasiia? Yes.
Thanks. You said it was super easy and fast to do it, and also the part with Adobe Analytics, but you already had it somehow preset by developers that they were tracking the buttons. Right, so you didn't have to like decide what to track, but it was already being tracked and you had just to like look at the results, right?
Thank you. So it depends what are you looking for. Normally, if you have a team who work with Adobe, they have a presets, for example, 10 the most common flows that we would like to check. This is mobile acquisition, so this is our main product. This is why we just use presets. Also, you can create it by yourself. How deeper you can go, it up to your skills. But normally, as I told with the ChatGPT, you really need up to 1 month to understand. And if you have someone to ask, it's pretty easy and you don't need a lot. You just need to start.
You were talking about Adobe and Click Square. Yeah. If you had, how was the decision made to choose those tools, and what tools would you use if you have any tool available?
Thank you. If we talk about Adobe Analytics, we have two main competitors, is Adobe and Google. Adobe is easier. They just have easier interface and they are really more native. So you can understand how it works by yourself. With Google, I tried once. Yes, they worse than Figma in this case. If you have someone who can tell you how to do it, great. But I tried, it was not my point. Content Square, I never used analogs of this tool. The reason why, I just started to work on this with Telenet. And they have it. And when I start, they don't have AI helper, but they had really nice plugin. And as I showed right here, so most of the things, most of KPIs, clicks, rates, interaction with your pages for mobile, view for desks, you compare, you can select timeline, you can select auditory, for example, man, female, I don't know, placement, etc. And you can do it all with a plugin via Safari. So you just turn on, select on the bottom the KPI, and they just show you a number. So it's super easy. If we speak about funnels, something like this, so all of each part is some page. So the smaller page is pages that are less visited, the biggest page then more. For example, this is a home page, for example, yes. So before it was not easy to understand. Now they have this AI tool here, and you just ask like, what is here? And it will tell you, this is what you need. I don't know how it works for alternatives, but this tool works really nice. With Adobe, it's easier than Google. And I started work with it 1 year ago, and now I can create the full flow by myself, and I don't give it a lot of time. So it just like was workflow where I just guess, try and guess. Yes, so my preference is Adobe and Content Square, also Click, but Click is for another needs. Click, it's more numbers, the amount of purchases, for example, or amount of fallout. It's more, or for example, with your chatbot on site, like how many persons start to enter chatbot, how many persons get answers, or how many persons are fell out. But these two, it will be more than enough to understand the pictures, especially for flow for users. Yes. You see?
We know it works. All right. Anastasiia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please